Hallo Leute, willkommen zurück zu Danganronpa Another. Wir sind immer noch im zweiten Class Trial und haben jetzt die Pause hinter uns. Die Frage ist, wie können wir beweisen oder eben nicht beweisen, dass Akane die Schuldige ist? Denn wir haben herausgefunden, das Opfer schrieb das Wort Mate neben sich. Und Akane ist halt, naja, die Ultimate Mate. Also, das wird schon schwierig zu erklären sein, würde ich sagen. Also sich daraus zu reden, weiß ich ja nicht. Gucken. Tiara, genau. Tyra. Ach, Tyra. Ich hoffe, du bist es nicht, weil ich mag dich gerne. Aber bisher weiß alles auf dich zu. Mal schauen, mal schauen, mal schauen. Resume Trial. Oh, suspended. Nicht mehr. Wir sind zurück. Tyra. Among us, the word mate refers to... Or rather, I can't think of anyone but you. Huh? Akane. It's really her. You killed Tamori?
No, wait a minute. There must be a misunderstanding. I mean, something like this. This is too much. Please, wait a minute, everyone. I have nothing. I didn't do anything. The dying message was written by a person. The Lord does not lie. As long as the dying message refers to the word mate, it has already been revealed.
Was it a lie at the beginning of the trial to cover up a crime?
No. Tyra, tell me with your own words. Are you really the culprit? Me? I'm not the killer. Akane. Why am I the culprit? The dying message may say the word mate, but there's a big X next to it. You guys, I only interpreted the mate and didn't interpret the X after that. That X could literally be an X. Doesn't that mean negative? In other words, it means not the mate, so I'm not the culprit.
I don't know yet if what Tyra said is true, but... certainly, as she said, we haven't fully decoded the dying message yet. Okay, the X at the end.
Well, if you see me look at it, it really looks like it says not the mate, but...
If the dying message means not the mate, as Tyra says, I would rather be more suspicious of Tyra. Why? Don't you think? Who is the killer? I don't recall seeing messages saying who is not the killer. Seems illogical to write. An innocent one in blood by their own victim. Whether you would think it's not the mate to take yourself off the suspect list. Hey, doesn't that mean the culprit themselves wrote the dying message?
That's right. There's no law saying that dying messages are all true. They can show up in many ways. For example, the killer manipulates the dying message to lead on advantage in the trial.
Yeah, mate X, as it is. Meaning the only one who would benefit from a writing that is not a mate would be the mate herself, Tyra. Oh, da hat sich jemand eingebuddelt. Ich zum Beispiel immer Mikrofon, wartet. So, besser.
Whether the interpretation of the dying message is this or that, there's no way to avoid the word mate.
Akane, you really are. Is Tyra really the culprit? Can we conclude the case like that? But what is this feeling? Is my heart screaming? I feel like all of this, it feels so contradictory. Is it okay to end up with Tyra being the culprit?
Can I vote now? It would be painful to do any more. I just want to end this quickly.
Wait. Kurokawa. Obviously, it's true that Tyra was suspicious. Clearly the way she acted seems questionable. However, there's a problem yet to be solved.
What? An unsolved problem?
As Kurokawa said, It's too soon to end like this. There must be a cause for this unpleasant feeling. Yeah, a secret that hasn't been solved yet.
Es geht weiter. Welches Secret kann es sein? Ich meine, es gibt mehrere wahrscheinlich. Die Waffe, die Flashlight, die Injury, das Piece of Bloody Cloth. Stimmt, das Piece of Bloody Cloth. Stimmt.
An unsolved problem. I do not know. Well, what's the point? The time message is also over. What else is there?
The secret of the window is over.
The procurement problem has also been solved.
Oh, wait a minute. Is there anything left remaining, as Kurokawa says?
Ja.
Only for murder, you're thinking. Only, don't you think about a case other than murder?
Is something other than murder? Verletzung.
What problem's more important than murder?
Die Verletzung, Leute. Warum wurde sie verletzt?
Kurokawa's words have a clue hidden in them. Certainly so far, I've been confused about the dying message and the crime situation, but I've been rushing to see the real important fact that we might have missed. What we have solved so far in this case? What we're missing?
Also entweder das Cloth, würde ich sagen, oder halt die Verletzung. Ja, ich wusste es. Hatanos Verletzung. Warum sollte sie existieren? Warum? Es gibt keinen Grund dafür. Das Problem, es gibt keinen Grund, warum Hatano verletzt werden sollte.
Yeah, right, that's it.
Huh? Did you find something, Maeda?
Guys, I think it's still a little bit early to call Tyra the culprit.
What? What do you mean? You're the one that said the dying message had the word made. Uh-huh.
About that, I still can't conclude for sure. Thanks to Kurokawa, I could think of something actually. Right after the incident, do you all remember Hatano's injury?
Of course. Now the trial is coming to an end and Hatano's condition is worsening. Get that in order, okay?
Why was Hatano injured? Everyone think about it. Why did she get hurt? You saw it. She was hurt by a wire trap in the leg. Think about it. Who installed the wire trap? When does this come into place?
I mean, the killer must have installed it.
That's it. In other words, your opinion is that the suspected killer, meaning Tyra, installed the wire trap, right?
No, wait a second. I've never installed anything like that. Why would I aim for Ayame-chan? That doesn't really mean you can't, though.
Wait a minute. Tyra installed the wire trap? The wire trap is there, but when was it installed? When was the wire trap installed? I don't know exactly what's on the wire, but I can guess because I was there when Hatano was injured. Hatano was trying to grab something at that time. The wire was installed along the way to serve as the bait for it. Then the wire must have been installed as soon as the object was placed. And that object wasn't there, at least until that point.
Nach dem Feuer, ne? When there was a fire. Nicht? Oh.
No, I don't think so. That's because... Ah, nee, warte! Danach! Stimmt! Weil wir waren ja davor und da war sie noch nicht.
Wir haben ja vor dem Eingang gestanden, da war noch keine Flashlight.
The thing Hatano found was definitely something that didn't exist at first. It's obvious that someone left at some point, but... According to my own eyes, the right time to do it at the point can only be then. There's only one time.
Es war auch nicht die verbrannte, es war einfach nur die, kaputte. Ich war dumm. Die verbrannten waren im Gebäude selber drin. Da war die kaputte. Die kaputte kann nur während der Investigation gelegt worden sein. Und war nicht Akane die ganze Zeit dann im Raum?
When the wire was installed. It was probably immediately after starting the investigation, I believe so. Is there a good reason for that opinion? The wire is not visible, so the exact installation time of the wire itself is unknown, but by other elements, it can be inferred. Actually, Atano wasn't just hurt. When she was injured, I know I was right next to them, but Atano was injured by the wire while approaching to find and investigate some kind of object, and she got caught in the trap. Atano, do you remember? Perhaps. Are you referring to the burned flashlight?
Not die Burn Flashlight.
Yeah, there was no such thing in the corner when I found the body with that one. In the power room. But it was there after the investigation started.
In other words, the killer used the flashlight as bait to induce someone to get caught in the wire trap. If so...
They set the flashlight and installed the wire at the same immediately after the investigation began, as the appropriate time to install it.
Yeah, it's right after the start of the investigation, right? The wire was installed shortly after the investigation began.
Yamaguchi?
It's strange. This is weird. Weird. It is not weird! How is it?
Yo, you, why the sudden yelling?
Everyone open your ears, sorry, and listen. If Tyra is the culprit, it means Tyra installed the wire right after the investigation started, yes? But... that's impossible. Why, you ask? It's because Tyra was with me!
You were with Tyra? Surely. Then there was a relationship?
Can you stop that? Don't put a joke like that at a time like this.
Does that mean?
I know this exactly because Tyra was in the same place I was, and we didn't do anything.
What? How can you say that you didn't do anything so proudly?
No, what I mean is, I was going to do some investigation, but I seldom made progress, so anyway, that's not what's important. It's Tyra's story. I swear to you, Tyra has been stuck in one spot since everyone gathered to the power room until the trial announcement came out.
What? Is that for real? Apart from anything else, there was only one spot that was inefficient, even if you did a little investigation. I want to hear why. Why didn't you mention this, Tyra?
No, that... it was shopping that Kizuna-chan died.
Did any of us do that? Even so, everyone participated in the investigation. But that is not the reason.
It doesn't really matter. What's important than that now? Tyra didn't do anything at the time of the investigation, meaning she couldn't install the wire, right?
Yeah, that's why I said it's weird.
Then Tyra's not the killer? I mean, I've been trying to say that from the very beginning.
But what's called a maid? Are we wrong with the interpretation? It's not just that Tyra lied. She's still suspect no matter what we continue. How we continue, can he listen?
But when it happens, you can't explain the wire trap.
What's going on? I think my head would be weird if it gets twisted anymore. Can we stop this already?
If you want to die, do it. I won't stop you. It's definitely weird. Apart from being simply contradictory, logically, it's playing itself separately, as if several incidents seem to be a gathering event. Why, what's missing? It's as if the contradictions don't stop to conclude that Tyra is the culprit. But there doesn't seem to be any different direction in the case. But what is the truth of this case? If Tyra isn't the culprit, what have you been doing so far? You mean it was all good for nothing? But if that's the case, then who is the culprit? Who do we vote for?
I can't keep going. We keep hitting dead ends. Even in the midst of this, Atano's leg injury must be getting worse.
Well, I say Liz. Other than Tyra, is there another suspicious person? Who is that?
Kurokawa. What? Why Kurokawa?
Well, I understand it because of the time message and the wire install where Kurokawa suddenly disappeared during the investigation. Isn't she suspicious to anyone?
Looking at it, the broadcast announcing the start of the class trial rang. But we gathered quite late, and Monokuma brought her.
Didn't Kinjo mention this? He said that he had main suspects in mind. If Tyra, who's been attracting attention, is a high-level suspect, it's not the culprit, well, the other suspect, Kurokawa, who is the next suspicious person, naturally be her.
Wait a second. It is true that Kurokawa was late, but what disappeared during the investigation was investigated by Kurokawa's own way. It was Kurokawa's discovery that the kitchen knife was actually disappeared from the kitchen. But even if they were investigating, still why arrive late? I was curious from the start of the trial. I want to know the reason of being late, even if you're not the culprit.
Kurokawa? You're not a killer, right?
Please answer us. Don't be uneasy.
I'm not the culprit. The reason for being late, I can't tell you now. After the trial, I'll tell you why.
If it was for a good reason, isn't there no reason to hide it? Why can't you tell us? The more you hide it, the more suspicious it gets.
I'm sorry, but trust me, I'm not the killer.
Regardless of the reason, isn't it a little too much to say that Kurokawa is the culprit? She doesn't seem to have anything to do with the dying message. It would have been possible to install the wire, however.
No, but there's no other way. It's impossible. She is impossible. It's all possibilities again. Who's the killer then? Even if it's the ghost, it's not possible. Impossible.
You really are fools without answers. Shouldn't you be aware of this? Huh? What do you mean? What? That's the truth of the case. I told you, didn't I? I said I wouldn't help you people, but once it's a trial with my life at stake, if there's no answer, I'll solve it. So in other words, you are idiots with no answer, to the extent that I have to come out like this.
Damn it! Mikharu is destroying us!
Mikaru's attitude is sarcastic, but I think she knows something. Mikaru may give us a clue about the situation that we cannot overcome alone. When you look at the goals for your reasoning, I can see how hard your brains are. To put it simply, you are fools who try to solve the same solution without thinking of any other method, when no other problem was solved. Thank you for your kind summary description. But you, what do you know yourself? It's the same method doesn't work. You should know how to challenge it using a new method, understood, child? But what do you mean by new method?
It means throwing away stereotypes.
Oh my, when it's so quiet, you finally open your mouth, psycho police. It is not a problem if the best young police officer in Japan gets lower answers than a professor.
It doesn't matter. But I guess it's all a competition for you. Let's just say it's not... There's nothing to be gained from this charade.
There's something sparkling between you two. But what's that mean? Stereotypes. To throw it away? Did you both find out something?
Ugh, I'll apologize first. When the trial happened, I was about to be overthrown by the killer because of misinterpretation of the case. But I deserve it. I was guessing to some extent, but I didn't think the case would be so twisted. It was twisted! It's natural to say you guys made it public. The case is simple. There's a criminal, and that criminal killed the victim. If you tried to solve it, there will be contradictions.
Then, wait a minute. Well then this isn't a murder case.
No, it is a murder. It's clearly malevolent. But, do you recall what I mentioned earlier? An ordinary murder case would be difficult to solve if you think of it as a simple step-by-step scenario. While investigating before the trial, I guessed the outline frame, but at that point, I couldn't confirm this either. However, as the trial progressed, Tyra's reactions and the dying message being solved, a truth was reached. To be precise, the riddle that has been solved so far was one that derived from a clue, but...
What's the truth about it?
To put it simply, this crime is not a case where there's one culprit and one victim being mentioned. Ich hab doch recht! Es gibt 2 Victims und 2 Culprits. Ich glaube nämlich, die Antwort war ja, es gab einen Kampf. Und das Blut hat sich auch bewegt. Ich glaube, die Fräulein Cheerleaderin wollte selbst jemanden töten und wurde überrascht und hat den Kampf verloren. Das heißt, es gibt 2 Mörderer, der echte Mörderer, der sie getötet hat, und Fräulein Cheerleader, sowie 2 Opfer, die von der Cheerleaderin getargetet wurde, und sie selber, weil sie am Ende gestorben ist. Ich wusste das! Oder ich denke es zumindest gerade.
What? Not one culprit, not one victim. So you mean there was an accomplice?
Didn't we gonna say that accomplice had no advantages?
No. It's a bit ambiguous to call it an accomplice. But what is certain is that a third party other than the criminal was clearly involved.
Third party? Who was it?
You, Akane. Oh! Oop!
Tyra was the third party? Is that different from a culprit or accomplice?
For starters, I like to see it like that. As you guys said, if you're a criminal, you have to install a wire trap. But Tyra herself couldn't afford it. Because of Yamaguchi, you also saw Tyra stand still during the time.
Then Akane no longer needs to be disquestioned, right?
No, wait a minute. I'm really sorry, but I still don't get it. If Tyra isn't the culprit, I don't know why the dying message points to the maid. And she even lied to us.
That's why I told you. Tyra is a third party in this case.
What? It's not a culprit. It's different from an accomplice. But it's obviously a third party who was heavily involved in the case. Maybe she's not even aware of it. The woman's personality is showing hurt on her face. That's proof that the maid lied and wrote the dying message, lying to everyone here.
It seems by your facial expressions, you don't understand it. Okay, before discussing the real criminal, let's begin with a question about it.
Wir drehen es wieder im Kreis, yes!
Aber Fortschritt. Fortschritt! Den wir im nächsten Part besprechen werden. Von daher, bis gleich.